Beautiful goal. It's a title winner.
Perfect end to a perfect day. Manchester City 4, Manchester United 1. Oh, what a hedge! Oh, that's electrifying!
Hat-trick hunting, trick getting. Still the appetite is there for more. Oh, it is sensational!
How you doing?
I'm doing good. All set.
What's it? Yeah, just give me a minute. Let's just set this up properly today. Where is it? There it is. Grand. Okay, guys, welcome to the show, guys. I don't know if you can hear me now. Yeah, now you can hear me. Okay, welcome to the show, guys. We have a lot to talk about today. We're here with Adam. We're here with Kimbo or Kimba. He keeps changing. Before he said Kimbo, now it's Ano. Yeah, so we will just say Kim for now. We might be joined by a few people, but in the meantime, we're gonna just start off. I wanted to start this show at 8:00, then I changed it to 9:00 just in case I don't make it home. But anyway, welcome, guys. Well, there's a lot to talk about because there's a lot of sides to everything that's happening. Are people overreacting at this point in time? We did a video days ago where we were talking about the fact that there's something at City's current form so far this season. We discussed it with a group of people. We said the form is not great, and most of the football matches this season haven't been that exciting. We've lacked something, and at the end, we were getting so lucky, and that luck was going to run out. Some people said we were negative. Some people said we were saying the truth. But today, we're going to talk about Man City's issues, a deep dive. We're going to dive deep. And in this particular one, we're just not going to just touch the surface. We're going to go deeper and try and see if there's something else we're missing from our last video. So, look, basically the intro is this. There's a lot of rumors now saying, Jack Grealish has a fallout with Pep. We're not going to run with that because there's no actual evidence. So we're going to keep that away. We're just going to say, we'll question it a bit because him and Walker were put as injured. I didn't really believe the two injuries came. I didn't really believe the Jack Grealish and Walker injuries. I just felt even the Doku one. It was just strange, because Doku was seen with Pep. They were arguing on the sideline. Remember after one of the not arguing, but he was talking to him in a very angry manner. Next game, Jack Grealish, Doku this, and then even the Diaz one. I just feel like because he was even arguing with Diaz after the pitch. So I'm like, is he shelving these people or are they actually injured? I'm having a feeling he's shelving them. I'm just me. I don't say that I have an insider in the club who's told me, but I'm saying every time whoever he's had an argument with this season or who he's been talking to intensively ends up injured in the next game or left and said international. Because Diaz was fine. And then they were talking in the sideline and boom, Diaz now is not well. So is he doing this because players are not doing? We're going to even talk about Pep Guardiola's contract situation. First of all, people should understand one thing. No City fan who is in the right mind is panicking. Nobody's panicking. I don't think anybody truly cries over the fact that we're losing. Losing is part of the game. And to be honest with you, it's out of us to say, I have said it multiple times, even if we don't win the trophy this season, I don't mind, But I think as football fans, sometimes they want to see their team show a bit of desire. I saw an incredible video came, and Adam, from a Arsenal fan who was not impressed by the performance of Newcastle. He said, I don't care if we lost that game trying, but the players were not putting effort. Those come to the game against Sporting, where second half, as soon as Sporting showed a bit of chest, our team put their heads down. And was it just me who saw this? So, Kimba, I'm going to ask you, City's issues, is there an actual issue or this is just a blip?
I think it's a mixture of a little bit of a few different things. I do think that actually, as for the players, as far as I don't think that at this point in time, because we have all these injuries, I think they're injuries. I don't think Pep would use that as an excuse if it was a fallout. I think he would make something else up, or that there is some issues. He did that with Calvin Phillips, I remember. So he doesn't use that as necessarily an excuse. So I believe that there are actually there's more injuries than him not wanting to use them. Not at this stage, but I think I get more the impression that Pep is trying to find the right connection or finding the right system to play, but it's almost like after every game something is happening to one of the players, and then he has to start over again. So the players don't really know what system is he going to use, because they keep on having to change around on it. He doesn't get the consistency with the players that we have at this point in time. But I do think that once he gets a few players back for a few more games, then he will have the system ready to put into play. But I think as far as of right now, I don't think it's too early to start panicking. And for the game against Porto that we played, Sporting in the Champions League. I don't know what happened in the second half, but like you said, we were all set, but we just couldn't get the goals in the first half. We should have been much more up. And Holland, he even missed on his penalty, which is a rare. It happens, but it's very rare. But I don't know.
Kid, I think for Sporting, sorry to cut you off, I think it's a mixture of
Yeah.
both the players and also Pep's team selection.
Yeah.
What
I can
other
agree
team
with that.
selection? Let me ask you, Adam. What other team
Defense.
selection would have he done? Like what was the issue you saw in that particular team that was selected against Sporting?
Because there was not that much legs in there. I know people are gonna blame what's his name, Simpson for that goal, for the first goal, the equalizer. I don't blame him, because listen, the kid is he's a kid and this is his first rodeo show. So I think if anything, I blame the senior players in the back line. Where were they? They should know that.
We can't hear you, Adam. You've got a background noise. We can't hear you. We can't hear you because of the
Can you hear me
background
now,
noise.
Patrick?
Yeah, now better. Yeah, it's better.
Yeah, like what I was saying, I don't blame Simpson for that first goal. Yes, because the kid he's still a kid and it's his first radio show. And if anything, I blame the senior players in the back line. Where were they? Because listen, you're coming up against what, probably the second most clinical striker in Europe after Haaland in Gok. I'm gonna butcher his name, but they're striker. So, but that's what I'm trying to say. I don't blame him for that first goal. Yes, he didn't do that well, but he's still a kid in his first rodeo show. It's more say I blame the senior players.
Plus, we always play a high line, so the risk of somebody with the speed that he had too, it's bound to happen every now and then. Every goal that we have been hit against us so far this season has always been on the counter, and this again was also on the counter. So there was nothing new about this goal, I don't think. But yeah, I agree. I think it's wrong to put the blame on the kid from the academy, and that it should be, if anybody should be put on the blame, it should be the senior defenders.
Okay, let me just welcome. Yeah, let me just welcome. Akos on the bench, wasn't he though? Ahmed says, big up to you. Big Morgan says, hello everyone, let's win please. Big up guys, big up. Yeah, 3 losses and the whole club is coming. Everyone come down. It's November. We get that. I think Pep will go to Saudi. He looks out of ideas. Okay. It says I need point to come down the nerves. We play against other professionals, I know we do play against other professionals. We're not here. Like, to be honest with you, my focus.
Patrick, whoever wrote that is utter shite. Sorry for my language. Whoever wrote Pep is going to say.
Yeah, I think he's messing. Anyway, you know what though? The games aside, Wouldn't you also put this big up to Veda Games, who's driving his Maybach, and big up to Kevin. So anyway, let's start with Kevin, the fraud who's blessed us today for the first time in his life. Okay, Kevin, do you think this issue at City just has to do with the squad legs are too old, we have injuries, or you think there's a deeper side to all this? You know how they say if you don't prepare, you prepare to fail. Do you think we didn't prepare and now we're failing?
I think first of all, big up guys. Smash the like button or big up Patrick for having me. Thanks for having me. I think the only issue I see, everyone said our defense are open and all that. I was having this discussion with my brother wife yesterday. I think they are too slow. The midfield is too slow, right? For me, I don't know what we're going to do against Brighton on Saturday, but I would like Nunes to play in the midfield. I would like Nunes to play the midfield. Nunes, Kovacic, Bernardo, Foden, Alan, and Savio. That we should Pep should try that. Let's see how it is. Because at the end of the day, as in everyone is just saying that we are too rational, we are complaining too much. It's not that we need to discuss it. When your team is playing bad, right? You discuss it. Even when we are winning, we all still saying that we are playing very bad. We're lucky. But now we are losing. We are not even losing like when you lose like 1-0, like like draw 1-1. No, Bournemouth play us out of the pack. What's it called? Sporting play us off the pack. That's the consign here. And we are playing Brighton.
So did Fulham. So did Fulham. If Adama could finish, it was game
Yeah,
over. It was
yeah, but
curtains.
we are playing. Yeah. Now we are playing Brighton, another wicked team. Uh, Imagine majority of the City fan here in Manchester, they all saying we're going to lose that game. Imagine that we see it playing Brighton. So I think Pep should just drop. I don't want Goodogan to start on Saturday though. I don't want him, but I think Pep will play. I think Pep will play. And there's like Bernardo Silva said that we are in a dark place. I think there's some issue with some of the guys. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but something is not connected there. Something
Yeah,
is
but
wrong somewhere.
yeah, because you know what I was thinking the other day. I was just thinking about this. I was like, they the team that was put against Brighton, I think that's a team that's good enough to beat Brighton. No, beat Brentford, Bournemouth. I think that Bournemouth team was good enough because somebody told me that team is good enough. I think it's good enough. It's just there seems to be a lack of desire sometimes, and I'm not trying to blame on the players. It's like sometimes it happens in football. We've seen it before. Is it the fact that they are even the injuries that have hit other people have labored other
But
people
Patrick,
in this
what's
team?
his
Is it
name?
that? Yeah.
Kevin's point on trying Nunes, I think the only way we're probably going to potentially see that is if what's his name, Doku is say potentially back and he's say what, n- not say 100%, maybe if you say 90%, then we could see a scenario where potentially how I don't know how Pep is if he decides, you know what, let me push Nunes into the midfield and try him in that role. That's if Doku is fit, but
Yeah,
knowing
but
Pep, yeah.
you're
But
not
knowing
answering
Pep,
my
yeah, he sees that
but
he's seeing that Nunes is playing well on the left. I think he'll still stick with it. That's the problem.
yeah, but you're not answering my question. Nobody has answered it. Because the title is Man City's issues deep dive. I'm saying, are you trying to tell me that these issues are due to injuries, number one, or is it the same thing as Bernardo came out and say we're in a dark place?
That's
Are
why I
the
say
players
like
in a
yeah.
dark place? Or number
No,
three,
but no,
is it that
Patrick.
the tactics have to change?
Patrick, I think Carl
Oh,
explained it
number
very
four.
well.
Wait. Before you finish, number four. Let me put it number four. Is it what Kim has just said that it's too early, or some people are saying in the comments it's too early? We should just leave it and let it ride. So what is
No,
it?
but
I want.
Patrick, I think
I think
our good friend Carl said it pretty much in our WhatsApp group. It's more say something to do with say the board above. Like they could they could see that there were problems there that they did not somewhat say fix. So I think
What
I
are the
agree with
what are
what
the
Carl
issues
said
before I go to Kim and
I
Villa?
think
What are the issues? What are the
because
issues?
no because
I think that it's more. I believe that
it's for me
after
Patrick it's a
I
Adam,
bit
wouldn't
Adam,
of
Adam,
I
Adam,
wouldn't
arrogance.
be
Adam, Adam,
just
wait. Let's see what Kim said. Go ahead, Kim.
No, I think that after, in regards to what to what he said, that we're in a dark place right now. I do believe that they will. Somebody in the dressing room needs to basically take like they did in our triple season and also last year, to find and to talk it out, to have a talk, to let all the steam out and everything like that, to come back together again. I believe there is maybe issues inside the dressing room. Probably there's probably some blames going around, and all this just needs to come out so that they can come out and then play together. Because that's, I think, is a big key for that is missing right now. I think that there is a lack of trust on each other, a small lack of trust that just needs to come. That they need to find each other again. And I do believe once they solve that part of the issue, that dark place, like you said, I think that will loosen up a lot. And I am very confident that at the game against Brighton, yeah, many people might think that we're going to lose. We're not going to go on a four streak lose. That I hardly. I have a very extremely hard time to see that.
Look at Vedder. Vedder, why are you laughing? Vedder, why are you laughing, Vedder? Because when he said 4, Vedder's smiling. Vedder, why are you smiling? Vedder, let us
No,
know.
Patrick, look at Vader. Hey,
Yeah, that's
Patrick,
what I
look
was
at
going to hear
Vader.
from. I
No,
want to hear from
Patrick, look
Vedder.
at Vader driving his Maybach, and then you got you and Kevin going on the bus, public transport.
I know.
Let's not do all that. Let's not do all that. I had to smile and shout out to everybody. Listen, everybody here. Um, Losing 4 on the bounce is very realistic, and it's not that it's an expectation, but we gotta look at Brighton. Brighton's a very good team. They are a very good team, and had it not been for them maybe being a little more clinical, they could have given Liverpool a lot worse result than actually what Liverpool got. So I was just hearing that, not losing 4 on the bounce, that could happen. And the reason why it could happen is not because of lack of quality with regards to Manchester City, but it is due to the injuries. And I know when Patrick brings up the deep dive, I think we got to put things in perspective. We're in this situation right now because of the players that aren't available, and because of the inconsistency of them being healthy. Is it poor planning? Possibly, but I was saying this in the group chat. Sometimes it's in flows, right? Like, let's look. We can all look at the year when all that we did was bring in Jack Grealish, and yes, everybody will look at maybe the spend for that year.
Vedder, your mic is a bit static. Is it just me, or I hear like a bit
Oh,
static?
my bad. Let me. You know what? Let me leave and come back.
Okay, grand. Yeah. So look, as Vedder is saying that. Oh wait. It might be lack of investment because unfortunately we don't have Carl, who was very eager to do this, but I think maybe he's busy with meetings. But it is actually Kimbo. Even I go to Kevin, Kimbo, and Adam. I think there was a lack of investment. I think I said this. I don't know if you guys watch my streams. Sometimes I rub people the wrong way. Do you remember when I said, Kevin, that some of these players are too old? It's about time to start bringing in youth and then trying to get them to think. I remember I said about KDB. I was like, we are so dependent on KDB's creativity. Why don't we get a creative midfielder right now? I know there's Foden, but Foden is a different type of creative midfielder. Why don't we go find somebody like an Odegaard, the KDB type, which they are different from Foden? I like Foden, and Foden can be there, but just get somebody else. Even Birth, go pay the money first. Let me finish, Adam. Let me finish first.
I think they may have been planning to do it in the summer, maybe.
I know, but let me finish this. I'm saying they should have done it because look at the age of some of these players. It's the age where if they get injured, it's curtains. It'll take time. Like Pep Guardiola, if this was a KDB of 27 years old, I'm telling you, he's playing that sporting game. But Pep said, I have to put him in cotton wool. I have to look after him. And I remember when I spoke about KDB, people thought I was saying KDB is finished. No, I was saying because of his age, we should be playing him in important games that we need him. Bring him off the bench sometimes in certain situations if we see we're struggling. We needed to have somebody younger. I'm telling you, we needed. I'm not sure. I was just saying Odegaard because of the way Odegaard plays. I just like the way Odegaard plays. We were just in someone similar Odegaard or Ozzy or those type of players. But we should have brought that person already. I know people are like, oh, but there's no space. These people are not of the age anymore. Even the same with Walker. Somehow, something told me that as fast as Walker is or he performs against Vinny, I was like, age will catch up with you. It doesn't matter. That time when Flimpong was being linked to the club, I was excited. I was like, maybe we can bring him now. And you know what? Some of these old heads in the squad, they will understand. I have seen it before. But guess what? I have a feeling we have ended up in the Liverpool situation. You guys, let me know when I'm done if I'm wrong. The Liverpool situation where they had Fabinho, who lied about his age, saying he's 27, but Fabinho was as if he's already 40. Fabinho was lying. Remember, Fabinho, how can you
Yeah,
be
that's
finished at
true.
28 years old? That was a lie. Fabinho's done at 28 years old. Fabinho, you should have just said the truth. And then they had Milner, remember? We were laughing at them, or they have Milner, or they have Henderson. City have a similar situation where our midfield is the same age as that Liverpool squad and we're struggling. And I know that people say, oh, this is all because of Rodri. But regardless, Rodri, let's talk about Rodri. Even with Rodri in the squad in the Inter game, do you remember the counters, Kevin? Do you remember how Barella and the midfield
But
of Inter were
Patrick,
Yeah.
Patrick, you say with Rodri, but I think even when Rodri was here, I think
Yeah,
it
we'll
was
get
to
it.
more say do with Pep system, and I think in some cases you've got to blame Pep for his system. What I don't understand is Pep should just stick to what
But
is
but
tried and worked for him, that
but
4-3-3
Patrick,
formation.
what do you guys
Yeah.
think Pep needs to do to compact the midfield?
I don't know. You saw my formation, the one I put in the group. I say just play Nunes in midfield because he's got the legs. Play next to Kovacic, and I'll say play the three centre backs, Akanji, Ake, where the other one's left, and Josko. I think them three can handle any attack.
But Patrick and Kevin, for me personally, I would just go back to a flat back four. Honest truth, I don't know about you guys personally. For me, and my flat.
But that's not bad for you.
But no,
You're gonna put center back.
but no, but wait, wait. My back four will be Akanji on the right, yeah, and then my centre back pairing, if they are fit, would be Diaz and Stones. But the issue with that is they're not with John Stones. He's made out of like fragile glass, so that's the problem. I love him to bits, but the guy he can't remain fit. So in that option, I would personally play, say, possibly say Ake next to Diaz if he's fit as well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
the preferable option that I would like is Diaz and John Stones as the centre back, and then potentially say the left back either choice, either Josko or Ake. That's
No, Diaz
the
and
flat back.
Stone at the centre back. That's so slow, man.
No, but Kevin, these two are what probably our most solid, because even when we had them, they were our two best centre back.
Yeah,
partnership.
but our issue right now seems like we can just get run in midfield. That's why I'll go to Kimbo. That's why Kimbo, can you answer Kevin's question? Maybe he says, how can we flood that midfield for now to be stopping these counters and transitions?
I think we have to. I think we need to go back to basically putting. I would say actually put John Stones with Nunes. John Stones has played up there before. He played that position when we won the treble. You know, and he was amazing at that position along with Rodri. I think that him with Nunes, along with the possibly KDB when he is fit, I think that would stop a lot more from going all the way on the counters, at least than what it has done up until now. I think that would, because John Stone knows that position. I think I like Kovacic and I like Gundogan, both of them very much, and they have been good so far this season. But they need longer rest in between because they don't have the legs anymore as they used to have 2 or 3 years ago. And I think that they are better to use them to have them play or have them changed out in the mid, around 60 minutes, and then come in, because that's when they will give them their best for the last 30 minutes. But using them for 90 minutes all week in and week out, they're not going to be able to do that. Their body is just not quick enough for it. At least not in the system that we play so much.
Yeah, that's the thing, and I think that's been the issue. Kevin, what do you think of the John Stones shout out? I think I would rather that one with Nunes, but you need Nunes next to whoever plays in that midfield. So John Stones
Yeah.
and Nunes play that midfield. Do you see that's better? Because to be honest with you, remember we said in the other video, we told people Gundogan and Kovacic are very slow. Gundogan was very good when he was younger. At least he could move and he could read the game and control it. And when Gundogan was younger, in 30, 29, and he plays that CDM role, he played it well because at least he could move. But now he's 34 years old, slower. Yes, he's got the experience and he looked good for Barcelona, but maybe that was the best he could give at Barcelona. But at this point in time, he hasn't caught form at City, and Kovacic seems tired. And Kovacic was never brought to City to be a CDM. Let's keep this 100. Kovacic was never brought to City to be a CDM. He was brought to be a ball carrier, to be the guy who replaces Gundogan, to control the game. That's what Kovacic does. So it's two guys who are so similar. And the thing is, every time we get countered, we look poor. And the thing is, even the other team doesn't even have to have a top-class DM. They just have to have an average, competent DM who's got the fitness and youth, and they'll go through us.
But no, you know this as well, Patrick. Another thing as well. Yeah, the issue is, you know where the problem is, we tend to lose the ball in dangerous position, especially in the opponent's half, and then we tend to not say get back quickly into our position, into our half, and that's when
Because
like
they're
you.
slow.
Yeah,
That's why the
no,
slowness comes.
no, Kevin, I get that some of them are slow, but you see some of them are not even bothering to jog back.
Yeah, because here's another thing, Adam. I want you to watch the games, Adam. You know, Adam, all of us here, the reason why we ended up talking to each other is we used to have different opinions from other people. We used to talk about football. Now let's go back to tactics. Pep is pressing with 6 players. Do you know that, right? He's pressing with 6 players. And these players are so high up the pitch that as soon as the other team just bypasses them, we're done.
No, but okay,
That's
Patrick, you know, there's another solution. Okay, for that, yeah, then why don't you keep 3 people and tell them, listen, you don't cross that halfway line?
No,
so you told them.
You know what the solution is? Somebody said it and I was impressed. Somebody said he has to, first of all, yes, tell one of the midfielders, you are here next to the center backs, but he says he has to tell Walker, never go above the halfway line. He says, tell Walker that. He says this thing where he wants Walker sometimes to go up high, which he started, and that has exposed Walker many times. He says he should stop telling Walker. He says, somebody actually said, as bad as Walker has been, Walker can save us this season if he gives us one last season. And it's true. He said, just tell Kyle Walker, you are not going up again to press. You and the back line will stay here. You will be also with the back line. Never go above, because the other issue is
but Patrick,
no, wait, Adam,
Patrick,
let me
you
finish,
say that, but okay,
Adam.
what about
Adam,
just
Adam,
Patrick? What about Josko on the left then?
Wait,
Adam, let me finish.
Let me finish. That's another issue also, Josko, because we lack creativity. He's also telling Josko to attack. And if you've noticed recently, Adam, I want you to watch the games. Teams are just hoofing the ball in the sides. It's no longer down the middle. Most of our goals, they were getting attacked on the side. And Lewis, remember I said Lewis' positioning is bad. No, it's not Lewis's fault. He's been taught to tack in. And do you remember when Walker was taught to tack in? This is the thing is, some people will come in and say, oh, do you know more than Pep? But Pep has done this before in seasons where he stopped telling Walker to go in front. You know that, right? Adam, all he has to do is tell Josko, I know he wants Josko to be an attacking threat, but okay, if he wants Josko to go front, tell Walker, you don't go in front. You stay with the back 3. And you can see Walker, at that time, nobody's going to hit the ball over Walker because he will at least catch them. But these days, Walker is all the way in the front. He has to run back at the age of 34. It's not working. So, Adam, what are you going to tell us?
No, I was going to say, even then, we've seen Walker, who's been on the halfway line and still get beaten by his man. Walker is a good guy.
Not recently.
Patrick, there has been games where this guy has got beaten by his man, Patrick.
Yeah, but the game that he got beaten halfway, it's the one he came back after.
Yeah, it's the one when he's up.
Yeah. But majority of the time is he's being told to attack because Pep Guardiola wants to flood wants to flood the sides and tells his wingers to tuck in. I'm telling you, it's quite funny that he actually changes these things, and it's quite funny that he does them at the beginning of the season. Do you remember that other season where he was telling Walker to cut in, and Walker kept on getting exposed, and he got exposed against Spurs. He got exposed against, I don't know if it was Southampton or one of the teams. They exposed him, and guess what Pep decided to do? Games in, he told Walker, stay out wide and never go in the front, because Walker is not an attacking threat. That's the funny thing. So this solution, when somebody told me, I was like, he's right. If you tell Walker not to go in front anymore, or he has to focus his counters, none of those counters that are happening will happen. I don't know, Kimbo, what you think of that theory. That
No, I
somebody told me.
think no. I agree with that very very much, and Pep does tell Walker every now and then not to go so as you know not to go too far up. But the thing that I think that we have to remember, and a way that we have to think about this is we have to try to put out of our heads what we want, but trying rather to get okay, what is the best way? What is Pep most likely going to do? What we want, I get the feeling that seldomly ever he ever gets to he never hears or we never get to see. So I think that as far as for this weekend's game, I believe that he will play a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if he decided to play it like he usually does, but have a little bit more focus on the defense because he know that we have been leaking too many goals, and the defense needs to stay more put than what they have been in the past or lately.
Can I also ask something? And I'm going to ask this to Kevin, and then I'll go to the fraud Adam. Kevin, somebody also say what Kimber said is also true. That obviously, no matter whatever we say, we will never get what we want. But I think it's going to a point where Kimber, I think we're going to see a system change. I think you can see his face.
Definitely, we have to see.
Yeah,
it.
he will change it because there is no way that midfield is going to play Brighton. That midfield we've been playing recently.
For
And
me,
the funny thing is,
Patrick, I've
go
told
on.
you the only way we come out of this is if we make the compact the midfield. That's the only way, you know.
Can I ask you something else? Somebody also told me, and I'm just saying because this is for content, and but I'm gonna ask because I listen to rival fans and they tell me things. I was like, okay, I'll ask my fellow City fans, guys, in the comments. You can also answer this. One of my good friends is a Chelsea fan. He told me that City also have to start looking at younger centre backs to add to Josko Vadio. What do you say to that?
Yeah.
He said some of the centre backs are going towards. It says even though they're in their 30s, it says they've stayed there for so long. You need to refresh. You need to throw at least another young one in there.
But the only person that need refresh is there. It's just John Stoner, isn't it? That's him. That's the only person we need to replace. For example, if he's going, as I don't know how to say it, but John Stone for me is all right. He's a good defender, but if you're not available, you're not useful to me. For me, he's always he's too soft, you know. And at the end of the day, you know, Pep like defenders that know how to pass, that know how to drive the ball a little bit. You know, that's the type of defender, and it's hard to find center backs like that. Pep don't like old school center back. But the young ones, like, yeah, it would be fine if we got like not too young, like 25. 25 is fine. But 22 is too young. For a center back, 22
Kevin,
years
I've
old is
got
too
the
young.
perfect Kevin. I have the perfect replacement in mind for John Stones. And you know which team he plays for? Enter.
Everton.
No,
Yeah,
him. That one he'll be expensive, but the player that I think we could get is Bastoni. He is the perfect.
Inter is not going to sell Bastoni to you. Just forget about that one.
Why not?
But
Now
if
broke
we
as
He's
hell.
too valuable to Inter already.
if we get Bastoni, that guy's Patrick, have you watched him play?
Yeah, he's very good. He's very good. He's
Bas-
very good.
But Kevin,
Bastoni.
okay, Kevin, you say we can't get him, but what makes you think we can't? Honest truth, yeah, I think we can. Listen,
We only
if
trust me.
That is the best. That is the best.
It's not a question.
If we get
It's just as much a question. The bigger question is also, it's very big that Inter don't want to sell them to us. Also,
yeah, but if we get a CDM and oh my days, oh my, like a proper one, just watch Patrick. this defensive problem that we got, this counter attack problem that we got, trust me, everything will be gone.
There's a
That's
We
comment
hey,
get
here.
that's
proper
the
ones.
Patrick and Kim and Kevin. That's the question that I want to ask you guys. Who do you think that who do you think we will get in in January? Because personally, for me, honest truth, I think up the more I see it, I agree with Kevin. We may end up getting Richie.
No, but let me be also honest with you. If the squad is back, you might not find he's buying a DM.
Yeah, that's why I
I'm
said.
telling
You know,
you.
I said that in the
He,
group chat.
I think he will. I think we will get a DM in January, basically because with the injury of Rodri, yeah, he's going to be back next year, but he's still going to at least 6 to 8 months before he's really back to himself. Look at what's his defender's name at
Van Dijk, Van Dijk,
Liverpool.
Van Dijk, Van
Van
I
Dijk.
think
Dijk.
it will even
You
take
know,
more
after
than
he had his ACL,
6 to 8 months.
he was yeah, but he was not himself before. He was out for one season, and the season when he came back, it still took him at least 6 to 8 months before you could see him. Oh yeah, and he's back to the way he used to be. So I think we have to, and I think that the board knows that we need to get a real DM that can be there and that can start right away and will be there. And when Rodri is back and fit, then they will be able to play off each other. Basically, they'll be able to play every other game or whatever they're going to, however they're going to set up, and possibly the new manager how he decides to play it too. Of course.
Yeah, that's a
Chelsea
good
are
idea.
winning 6-0, Patrick.
Are they? Are they? Oh, they're cooking. Anyway, here's a comment. Pep needs to stop being so loyal to players that are clearly aren't putting the work in on the pitch. What do you think of that, Kevin? Says stop being loyal to players that are not doing well so far.
Yeah, for me, you know the players that he's talking about, though. I think it's just one player. You know,
Wait,
sometimes.
are you guys after Gundogan?
No,
Yep.
Patrick, no.
No,
The other
No.
you
player
know
that
that is.
no, Patrick and Kevin, the other player that seems to not be dropped here, even if he has a stinker, is Bernardo Silva. It's like as if Pep, has loves this guy. It's like Bernardo Silva is
He
Pep's
loves him, of course.
teacher's pet,
He begged him
basically.
to say that's his son. He said, "This is my other
That's what
son."
I
What do
say
you
to you,
think?
Patrick. Bernardo Silva is like Pep's son, and
Yeah,
And
Bernardo
I
could
don't know.
put.
Even that Tuesday, Akanji was so bad. He didn't even protect a Pulsel. He just left him by himself most of the time. Sometimes, like I was like, "What's going on? There's no leadership. There's no leadership. Where's all the leadership that we used to have? We used to have like 3, 4: Gundogan, Rodri,
Mm.
Diaz, what's it called? De Bruyne.
KDB. Yeah.
Yeah,
We even
but
had
now we don't even
Fernandinho,
have.
that pensioner.
Wait. Can I say
No.
this? Maybe can we just say that maybe the people or these players are tired?
You want to say complacency?
No, yeah, Patrick. Look, you can say tiredness, but you can also say it's a mixture of both. You can say tiredness and also the board as well.
Okay, that's a good
But
centre back from Everton. I'd like to see him. Walker and Stones are done. We need Zubamende. He's spot on. I was talking about Bernardo and Walker, but Gundo cannot keep playing next to Bernardo Silva. Let me say something about Gundogan. I think Gundogan, we are a bit unfair on him because I think it's actually Pep's fault on Gundogan because Gundogan was not coming here to be playing weekly. I think
yeah,
him just said it.
No.
Gundogan and Kovacic were never bought to be playing every week, by the way. And another thing, this comes back to the poor planning. I say, if you prepare to fail, you're going to fail. If you don't prepare, you're preparing to fail. How many times did Rodri come to the media and hinted that I'm tired? How many times did Rodri say, I am tired, I'm exhausted? Yet this man was played game after game. And then when Pep Guardiola is asked by the media that this guy says he's tired, he says, when did he say he's tired? You know what I mean? Like, it's also some of these things that this man was hinting, all these things. Now,
It's like, no, it's like Patrick. It's like what Carl
But
said.
I think
It's a mixture of arrogance as well from the club.
it is the flat back 100%.
I think it's more. I think
Right.
because as far as us not, only getting Gundogan and Savinho in the summer, there is a reason for it. I don't know what it is or whatever why they decided it is. I don't think it's an oversight. I don't think it's like they
Why did
have
Kimbo,
not been
Kimbo.
planning it. But there's something.
Kimbo, let me ask you something.
There's
Why
a
did
reason
they?
for it. I
Why
just
did
don't
they
know
not?
why.
Why did they not replace Alvarez? Why did not? Kimbo, let me ask you another thing. Why didn't they replace Alvarez? And why did we sell over 280 million of fans? And for the past 2 seasons, Man City has been the top selling club. Why didn't we invest in youth? Because look, I'm telling you this. I know that people are like, oh, it's because Rodri's injured. No, even with Rodri in the squad, I think City fans were asking for a DM and asking for younger players. Why are we selling too much and not buying anybody? At least
That's
invest.
That is basically the $1 million question right now. I feel
Yeah.
Is why did we not? But we can't look into the board. I'm sure that there is a reason for it. We just can't. But we just don't see it, and or just can't get it or understand it. Is it because they think that with the whoever the new manager is, that him come in and decide what he wants to do and what the players want? Or is it because they're waiting for Pep to decide before they buy anything new, so that Pep knows what he wants to get in? It's I don't know, but there's there's something going on behind the scenes that we just don't understand or don't makes any sense to us. Because I don't think because usually in the past, almost every year we go out and we get 2 or 3 or 2-3 players that we need, and City is always good at planning all these things ahead of time. They have all set up and ready before the summer so that they can get it done as soon as the door is open. Boom, it's finished, ready to go. But this season there was nothing. Only again Savinho,
and that
was the only one. Then we never heard anything.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Gundogan, who got the offer, but that was just by pure coincidence.
Yeah, sentiment.
If it wasn't because because Gundogan wouldn't have come back if it wasn't because Barcelona didn't need him anymore.
That is true, and he said that Stones cannot play CDM alone. We've seen that before. Yeah, that's why he has to be next to somebody. I've seen already. When every team midfield is killing us, we know this. It's the system that's not protecting the deficiencies of the midfielders we have. Play 4-4-2. Eddie Walker, Akanji, Ake, Vadio, Nunes, Nico, O'Reilly, Savio, Doku, Haaland, KDB, mid block counter to get defensive solidity and attacking pros. Through counter attacks? Pep will never counter attack. I'm sorry. It says go ahead, Patrick. Pedro needs to saw. Yeah, I've already done. Yes, absolutely. Youngness brings energy. Yeah, but we lack that. Okay,
Patrick, Patrick, people say bring the youngsters, but the issue with that is then if you do bring them in, yeah, these are the same set of people that are gonna throw their toys out the pram.
Nobody's going after youngsters. Even Simpson, nobody's going after Simpson.
Patrick, you say that, but look at the timeline and you see how people behave. So that's what I'm saying to you. I can sometimes understand why Pep somewhat says protects these kids and ease them in slowly but gradually, the same way he did with Foden and the same way he did with Rico Lewis. Because you know why? Yeah, Patrick, we are the same set of fans. Yeah. The moment these kids do something, yeah, we will be the same people to slaughter them. So in some sense, I can understand why Pep is somewhat say protecting these kids, Patrick.
Yeah,
you gotta understand.
But the position of the kids he keeps playing, it's always defenders. He's never
Patrick,
midfielders. Have you noticed that?
Okay, Patrick. Okay,
let me ask
Patrick,
you something.
I get that. Okay. If he plays a midfielder, yeah, like Jacob, right? Okay, as an example, and let's say he does make an error, we will be the same people, and
it will be fine.
Some people in our fan base will be the same people that will throw their toys out the pram and start crying. So
no,
I could understand, Patrick.
It'll be fine.
I also in regards to maybe in regards to young players, one thing I also think that actually he's using Bernardo Silva a lot right now, over way too much. But I do believe that once Oscar Bob comes back, he's going to start using Oscar Bob over Bernardo Silva, over Silva.
Okay,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, you see, Kimbo, that's what I'm saying. That this man might not buy a CTM in January if all the players are back. He will try to work a system that will work with what he has. And another thing I wanted to say is Jacob Wright. Every time Jacob Wright has stepped in our midfield, he looks good. I'm sorry. Every time I've seen him, like the Spurs game, we were struggling with counters. Jacob Wright came into that midfield. Jacob Wright said, Kevin, I think you and me were talking on the phone. Jacob Wright was taking control of the game as if he's the senior player. You saw the game, right? Because Jacob Wright is no longer a kid. Jacob Wright has been a CDM for the academies throughout. He is a Man City CDM. That's what I'm saying. We don't want to leave Jacob Wright as a CDM alone. Play Kovacic, Jacob Wright. Gundogan, Jacob Wright. Just put one kid or put Nunes. We just want youth. You need legs. Do you know the funny thing is, City fans, we were the same ones twerking for that kid who Adam from what's his name? Adam from Crystal Palace, who was 19 years old. He was 18 years old. We were saying bring him to City. He's gonna play in the first team. Why don't we have the same energy for our youngsters? Because I'm telling you this, Jacob Wright goes to Crystal Palace, he plays better than Adam. But what were we doing, Kevin, last season? We want this Adam kid from Crystal Palace, isn't it? But yet, we will not accept a 20-year-old.
How old is Olise when we were talking? You wanted Olise as well.
Olise, I think, was in his early 20s. Was in his early 20s, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That time he was in it. So selling our backup number 9, not signing Rodri backup was ridiculous as well. Haaland has to keep playing no matter what. Haaland looked tired. He's right. Haaland looked tired in Southampton game. But I'm just saying, if we keep twerking for Neves, the guy who went to PSG,
Haaland is not tired because it's just that no one is feeding. Nobody is feeding him. That's why I think he's, instead of tired, I think he's frustrated. You see his face when he missed that penalty. You see his face.
He is frustrated because he has missed so many. He has had so many that usually he hits 9 out of 10 times. Yeah. He has they have not been going in for him for whatever reason. He's been, and they have been hitting. Either they've been good, the keeper have been able to get it, or they're just going right outside the goal, or just in the bar or something. And that's what he's getting really frustrated. I think it's a mix of a few different things, but I think he's once he starts hitting the goal again, it's going to start flying again. And I believe that, and I also believe that, and I also very much believe that Savinho, he's very close to start hitting the goals too. It's getting closer and closer all the time.
Yeah, and
I wouldn't be surprised if it's just small margins missing for Savinho, and they're going to go right in.
You're right. All these players, there's something just tiny missing to boost them. But I keep saying this, that if all of us are busy saying, "Oh, please bring this Neves guy from Benfica who was 18 years old," why can't we not play Jacob Wright, who's 18 and has been at the City Academy ever since? Sometimes I'm telling you, this Jacob Wright kid, I was impressed with when he comes to Spurs. We looked more like Man City when he came out with the Spurs game. Better late than never. We're joined by Mr. Gundogan, and I'm pretty sure somebody's looking for this. So, Carl, we were discussing here that about the deep issues that City have. Everybody has had their say. So now we're gonna give you the mic for the last 10 minutes. You let us know that what's happening at City. Why is this team at the moment, as the kids say in the streets in 2024, stinking?
Well, I won't say they're stinking. What I would say is that they are being normal. They are being normal. For 4 years, they've been super normal. They've been Superman. Winning once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. With Arsenal's best ever points record, still beat them. Liverpool's best ever points record, still beat them. Treble, Champions League, 4 titles in England, domestic. They've been Superman. And at some point, Superman needs help. To ask Superman to go to battle with kryptonite in his back pocket is arrogant. What do I mean? How do you expect these same guys to go back to back to back to back? I want to go 5 times, and you sell Alvarez to Atletico Madrid. You don't replace him. Rodri's crying out for replacement, for help for a year. You don't replace him. And then you ask him to play again. No wonder he gets injured after playing and playing and playing. De Bruyne gets injured. Who's his replacement? Quality that we need. So the question for me is not to the players thinking. The question is, what are we doing in the background? What's going on? How are we at a point where we don't know if we have a manager next year or not in November? You expect the players to just play like they did when they know that the manager's not going to stay or going to stay? Nobody knows. When you see Gundogan come back at 33 to do what in midfield to help us out? When everybody's getting younger in the league, Chelsea's getting younger, all the clubs are getting younger, faster, better. What do you expect to happen? If you fail to change and to evolve, to keep up with the times, when you're on top, you will begin to go down. And this is not on the players. The players have done more than enough. It's for those who are in charge of making sure that you pump in quality when you need it, when you're on top, so we can ride again. It does something to the psychology when a new player comes in. Fresh, that's good. It gives you a vibe, this competition. Right?
Well,
sorry. I'm sorry. We talk about Rico Lewis being a right. Rico Lewis ain't a right back. Yes, he's English. Yes, he's from Manchester, but that's all he has. He's not a right back. Let's be clear. He's not a world-class right back. He's not. And yet he's taking that role in games of the highest quality and getting run over. You know, so for me, we just need to look at ourselves and ask the question, what is going on? We have a Jack Grealish playing left wing that cannot score a goal or assist all season. I mean, seriously. You sell Alvarez for 90 million, you don't replace him when you know Erling Haaland is going to get injured and tired at some point in time. So for me, the questions, I'm asking the question, and my conclusion is either this manager is not going to renew and is going to leave. That's why they're holding back for the new manager to make his choices. Chiqui's gone. Hugo's coming. Maybe he's going. So if you're going, let us all know you're going so we can plan. So we know this season is just a write-off. We look forward to the next season. Bring new players in. Let's be excited about that. So
I think that's no, but I agree. I agree 100%. There's something going on in the background that we're just not seeing and understanding. And I think part of it is, what is Pep going to do? Is he staying or is he leaving? And I think it's getting to the point where the club and everybody needs to know. The player needs to know.
I think he's going to stay.
And
Patrick
if he stays, I think we will see a whole new energy boost in the players.
I was just about to say that. I think it's also somewhat uncertainty are over the heads players, because they're like in the back of their head, they're not sure whether he's gonna be here next year or not. It's like you go, like, as an example, you're at a job and then you don't know if you're gonna have your job next week. So in some sense, it's like these players there's like an uncertainty, and to somewhat calm the ship and bring some stability back. Yeah.
But as City fans, we are allowed a break though. So I don't think people will be worried if we don't win this league.
No.
Nobody cares about winning the league. I think it's just people just want to watch good football. I think the issue is, as I said, that when that Arsenal fan made a video, I like him. He's my Nigerian brother. He said, he says, yes, we've been bottling stuff, but don't bottle and then start giving me poor football. Don't start packing the bus and giving me poor football or looking uninterested, like when they play against Newcastle. The issue is, Carl is right. There's a lot of fatigue, mental fatigue, physical fatigue, and then we say this, all of us on this panel, the lack of investment, the fact that we are the best-selling club in the past seasons, yet we couldn't even think of saying, let's buy somebody who is creative, even if they are 2/3 of the creativity of KDB, because KDB is going towards that age. We're looking at Gundogan. We didn't bring Gundogan to play 7 games in a month. We brought Gundogan just to be an extra bonus. And the fact that we said from the beginning, Rodri has been crying out for a deputy. The fan base was saying, get Rodri a deputy. We were making jokes. This Rodri man is going to run out of batteries. It was not even a very difficult touch, isn't it? Partey just touched him a bit, and the guy was down, and it's a serious injury. And look at these injuries that are coming. It's because lack of investment. It is lack of investment. Yet, the club wants these players to play in all competitions. Let's not forget also, everybody, including the club, Pep Guardiola and everybody, they knew that we were going to play a Champions League format that's different. That
And we
requires
also, Patrick, you also forget we're also playing the Club World Cup as well, on
yeah, we
top of
did.
everything.
They knew all that. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. You sell Alvarez. How come you just didn't buy somebody? Okay, you sell Alvarez
We
and you
we
don't
need
want
at
Alvarez.
least 3 players in January. At least
And
3.
do you know what makes me laugh? The fact that do you know what makes me laugh, Carl? Do
Kevin,
you
let,
remember
let-
how?
let me just let you guys know. It's not happening.
Yeah.
No players
We
coming.
know, we know.
You know they happen. I'll tell you
No,
my
I
own-
think
I'll tell you my own
I
view.
do think
I think
I think one or two will be coming in. I wouldn't
I
be
don't.
surprised.
Here's
if
why I
we
don't
get
think so.
two.
I think that, and I could be wrong. That's fine. I don't mind being wrong. But if you look at everything around you, what's going on? I think this is the final year. I think so. Because it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Why not buy players when you need players? Rodri's injured. You're using Kovacic from Chelsea, who doesn't have the energy to play for Chelsea's midfield, to play for the champions. And you have Enrico Lewis play right back for Kyle Walker, who's aged, and you don't. Either you're leaving and you want the next manager to get the players, or something ain't right. Or you have a God complex, which is, I can be with 11 players and still get things done, no matter how old they are. It doesn't make sense to me.
I think no, I agree. It doesn't make sense either. But I think a lot is basing it upon Pep coming or going.
I think, Carl, you got a great point. You always tell us that in the WhatsApp group. You always tell us, always look at the breadcrumbs or read between the line. And honest truth, the more I look at it, I'm somewhat sided to what you're saying, that
It just
Pep
doesn't make any sense.
may end up leaving.
Because if you're going to stay, you're staying for another 2 years,
Yeah,
right? First thing you want to do is that build a team that has continuity for the next person, that's strong. You leave on a strong note. You don't leave when things are kind of flat, like Sir Alex did with old players. You won it because you had hubris. Let's be clear. He was supposed to leave in 2012. When City won it, he made it one more year. Hubris, pride. And he got his final one and he left. Are we learning lessons from that? Or are we following the same stride? Because if you look at that, if you compare the 18-19 season squad with what we have today, we're miles worse. Let me be clear. The 18-19 had David Silva, Riyad Mahrez, Leroy Sané, Raheem Sterling, Sergio Aguero, Fernandinho, Laporte, Vincent Kompany, Benjamin Mendy, Kyle
Carl,
Walker. Let me just carry on. We had Fabian Delph. We had all those players. And there's even much more from Foden. Wasn't even in the mix. He was still an academy man. We had that qualities, what you had in 18-19, 98 points. Liverpool had 97.
Carl, I think that year we had like 2 or 3 players in every position, if I'm correct.
That's a question, right? If you take this current team
Yeah.
and take it to 18-19 season against that Liverpool team, they don't stand a chance, mate. They will smoke
That 18-19 season would have definitely destroyed this Liverpool side.
The Liverpool have destroyed us.
Yeah.
If you take the squad into 18-19, they're killing the squad, destroying them. To go 15 wins in a row to get 98, because you had quality on the bench. Quality. Here, Leroy is playing, Mahrez comes on. Sterling is playing, somebody else comes on. Guerrero is right there. So you can play a false nine. De Bruyne can come in and play De Bruyne role. Bernardo Silva was even there. I haven't even mentioned Bernardo Silva with David Silva.
I think also that season we literally maybe had 2 or 3 players in every position.
So I'm just asking these questions.
In some sense, if say one player went down, you know that you've got another quality player on the bench.
That was the thing. That was the thing. But now it's not there. And you know what?
It's not there.
Carl, do you know what's much funny? Do you remember that time when there was a strong interest in saying Dani Olmo? Dani Olmo says if City come for him, he'll turn his head away from Barcelona. And then City went and made a public announcement. I was like, what are we doing? And we did this during this summer. Do you know that, Carl? Instead of signing players, we made more public statements saying we don't want this player. You know what I mean? Because let me be honest, as much as some people say, "Oh, Dani Olmo is not the guy for them," Dani Olmo could have been the guy that does the Alvarez job, because he does the number 10 job and he does the first 9 job very well. I was just surprised that even if we're not getting Dani Olmo, getting somebody else, City were more focused on briefing the media on that we don't want this player more than actually thinking of that way. Because you told me yourself, I think I was speaking, that sometimes arrogance comes in. Even we go back to poor planning where, we started with selling Zinchenko and Jesus to Arsenal because we're being too cocky. Then we sold, Cole Palmer, who's one of the rising stars from our academy, telling him you can stay or leave. Why he wanted to go on loan and come back. He said, all I wanted was a loan for 1 season and then come back, but I was told you stay or leave. And then you go the fact that we sell him to Chelsea, then we sell Zinchenko and Jesus, as bad as they are. Odegaard came out and said, Zinchenko and Jesus, when we were in the dressing room, all speaking about, let's finish top 4. We lost it last season. Zinchenko and Jesus said, guys, why are you saying you want to finish top 4? Why can't you not compete? Those small things of being arrogant is that slowly catching up to us. Because also, what if we never sold Zinchenko and Jesus to Arsenal? What if we sold them outside? Like what's Alex Ferguson used to do sometimes?
But Patrick, these two are 2 useless players, and we got good money for them.
No, you don't get it. You don't understand. I'm not talking about that Zinchenko and Jesus where we miss them. No, I'm saying being too cocky when we sold them to Arsenal. Arsenal have run us down too. Because Arsenal has run us down. Because this fatigue.
Okay, Patrick, running us down, but they came second place. So what's the purpose?
You don't get.
I don't think it's cockiness. I don't think it's the cockiness. I think that Pep has built into the heads of our players the winning mentality, and that's what they brought with them to Arsenal, saying, why are we going to just accept top 4 when we can be competing for the title? That's what they were bringing to Arsenal. I don't think it was the cockiness. I don't think that's not there. Neither of those players are cocky in any kind of way.
No, you don't understand me. I think, let me rephrase this. The fact that those 2 players who had the winning mentality, we sold them to a look. I don't want to look. I'll say it, whether we like it or not. Arsenal is sort of a sleeping giant in Premier League football. Even though they haven't won much, they're a sleeping giant. You sell them to a sleeping giant. You go give that sleeping giant a bit of an injection or a taste, like we did. That's why I'm saying sometimes. That's why somebody.
Patrick,
No, let me finish, Adam. Let me finish. That's why sometimes it's strategy in business. I'm not giving you my best man. I'm telling him leave. I would even put it in a contract. Carl and Kevin, once you're done working with me, you're leaving. You never have to go and work for the competitor. It's just what it is. What I'm trying to say is those things come together. With not investing, then you're not investing. You're letting some of these kids go to these teams, and then they tell Arsenal we can do better. Arsenal runs you, even though Arsenal bought it, they still run your legs weak now, and you still don't invest in youth. It's just all these things come together where we say the board become too cocky and they become too arrogant, and then they even say we don't even need to invest. Some of these teams are not that great. We don't even need to invest. I'm just saying all these things come together. At the end, they'll find you. So it is what it is. Look at now. What if maybe Zinchenko and Jesus, we sold Jesus to Madrid as he wanted, and then we sold Zinchenko to another club or outside, and then Arsenal didn't run with us. Maybe our legs couldn't be as tired. We couldn't go on another run where we have to fight with another team. It's just the fact that I think when you're up top, as Carl said, when you're up top, you need to start showing guts. When you're up top, be strategic. Go and invest. If you say I'm selling you Jesus. Yes, we got Haaland, which is great, but don't sell to your rivals. I think that's another thing that for me personally, I was like, why do we do that? We just bring more competition to ourselves. Or maybe that's what Pep wanted.
Okay, but Patrick, you keep saying that. But Patrick, you keep saying that. But they went there and to Arsenal, what did they do? At best, they came second place.
Yeah, but they pushed us to a point where to the last 8.
Okay, great. They pushed us, and what was the outcome? They got nothing at the end of it.
Do you know what the outcome is? Rodri had to play so many games. Now he's injured. It's because we had to fight something we created ourselves. It's as if I go on my PlayStation, I create a fighter, an ultimate fighter, and then I give it to the computer, and I give this ultimate fighter 99 everything, and he kills me, and I start complaining. I went and created that problem myself. Didn't we make the joke, Adam, that Pep is as if he's looking for competition? He's so bored. He's like, I'll give you these guys, they'll motivate you. I'm just saying, invest, and sometimes try to just weaken other teams, weaken them. You know what? I would be so cocky to go to Arsenal and even bid for their players, some of their players. That's how ruthless I'll be. Go to Chelsea and just say we're gonna you can come to us and play under Pep Guardiola. It's just that sometimes we seem so relaxed and soft. Even that Bruno Guimaraes thing, as bad as some people did not want, I saw it as an opportunity to weaken Newcastle. Because the more teams you weaken, the better you are. That's what Alex Ferguson used to do. He used to go to Leeds United when Leeds were so good. He went and bought Smith. He went and you go and buy somebody. You just go buy somebody from a team, make them weak. But somehow,
City are not
But
notorious for doing that.
City wanted to buy Guimaraes, but they didn't want to pay the price that Newcastle wanted for him. They thought that was way too much.
But Kim, the
yeah,
issue is you. But Kim, the issue is we were never going to get him for that for less
but
than his
I
release
guess,
cost.
I mean, Adam, I mean,
No,
I'm not,
I
I'm not a
agree.
Guimar-
That's what I'm
I'm not-
saying. That's why we
I'm
never
not a
got him.
Guimaraes fan, right? But let me ask just, I mean, people will hate me for this, right? But you spent 100 million on Jack Grealish. And you
Yeah.
got what? You got what? We got what? What do we get as a left winger? A guy who cannot score an assist as a winger.
I think Bruno. I think Bruno could
In
have been
20
more worth it. I think more
in-
worth it for that
in
100.
2024. And you're saying, oh, 100 million is too much for Bruno Guimaraes, who's in the Brazil national team, who plays central midfield, who has a bite like Fernandinho, has a passing like Fernandinho.
One of
in
the
that
best
middle of the
CDMs
park.
in one of the
Who
best
could have
CDMs
been
in
the
the league.
replacement for Rodri? But no, we want Rodri to play 90 games a season and hopefully doesn't get injured by God's grace. Well, guess what happened? One little bit, bang, he was out. Any surprise?
Yeah.
I think that the question for me is what is going on behind the scenes? Because these are unusual anomalies.
Exactly.
This is not normal.
Exactly.
What is going on?
Yeah,
behind?
that's what we want
What's
to
going
know.
on behind? What are we not hearing
Did
or
you see what?
understanding or
But
telling
I
us?
want to ask Cap. Grealish, they called Grealish up today. Like, so what's going on there? What happened there? I thought he was injured. Why is he playing
This
for
is
England?
this is the question. This is the
And
question.
Patrick, why is he playing for England if he's
You
injured?
see, this is the reason why at the beginning I said the Walker injury, the Doku injury, the Ruben Diaz injury, and Grealish injuries, they seem like the suspect. You know why, Carl? Because these four players are players that on the sideline, Pep was furious with them, and then the next game, or they're injured. There's something, and I just think I think Walker is looks like more of a character who apologizes fast. Walker looks like he can catch the bullet fast, but I bet you that maybe some of these players were not listening or throwing toys out of the pram, and some of these have been shelved. I don't think some of these players are injured. Like the Jack Grealish thing, let's wait. Maybe we'll find out because he had a new baby born, but he said maybe Pep did not want to put him in the media, that maybe something private is happening with him.
Yeah,
But
but Foden had a new baby and had more problem. But Foden was still there. Foden
I don't.
tried.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying even Doku after that time when somebody said, "Oh, Pep was shouting at Doku for not doing
Pep was
something."
really shouting at Doku.
Yeah, then Doku injured next game, and then Doku just comes in the other game and starts and plays well. I'm just saying, is there something maybe in the background as Kimbo, as Carl saying some of these players he's just not happy? Then he's like, you know what, I'll give you time off because he said, oh, we'll see Jack Grealish after the international break. But he did
I
say
don't know
we see
why they're
KDB.
defending. I don't know why they're defending Grealish though. I always defend him when, as in not online, like when I'm talking to my fellow United fans and Arsenal fans, like when we are discussing with my friend. But to be fair, deep down, it's shit, bro. It's nothing, man. It's a waste of 100 million, man. Come on, man. Look at Leroy Sané, what he gave us. Look at Amares.
Okay, and let me ask this, Kevin, as Carl asked. Then why, if we say, oh, Bruno, the money was too much, why were we willing to pay? We went as far as 100 and something for Rice before Arsenal had beat us.
No, we didn't go for. We went 90 for Rice.
We went
No,
90 for Rice.
Yeah, but so why didn't we go close? Because at the end of the day,
Because we
this is
didn't
also
value.
okay. This is the other thing is that's also poor investment. We went 100 for Greece, but we cannot go 100 for Rice then.
Yeah, because we didn't
And
value it more
look at
than
where
90
we are.
now.
And who did we needed a CDM more. That's the thing. At the end of the day,
Because
here we are. Then we're
they
stuck.
didn't know that
But
Rodri
Patrick,
would be.
that's like what Kevin said. We did not value him more than 90 million. That's the
Oh,
problem.
but you valued Grealish,
But really,
Alexander,
Grealish was a
Alexander.
release clause, bro. Patrick.
This is becoming but that's what I'm saying, that at the end the board also have to look at themselves, because you said we don't value you, we don't value you enough for us to look after Rodri, we don't value to somebody to buy them to help Rodri. So here we are now. So it is still the issue of poor preparation.
Everybody, a lot of people are just protecting Grealish, man. Grealish, they forget that Grealish is a 100 million player. He is our most expensive player, right? And you are protecting him like this. What are
No,
you
but
gonna do?
we'll see anyway. But so that's it, guys. Look, that was our deep dive, and I'm pretty sure everyone watching is looking forward to the next press, because I'm pretty sure the media is not going to let it go. The
Patrick,
media is going to
I
have.
think, I think
Patrick,
Patrick,
after the Brighton game, we need to
I
do
think
something.
Patrick, I think the thing. I mean, you know me, I'm always very patient with all this stuff. I'm always extremely patient. But I think that the more I think about it, the more I ask myself the question, something is going on behind the scenes. And right now, the fans have smelt it. The fans have smelt it, and they know something is going on. And sooner than later, we need to know. In terms of, are you staying or are you going? If you're going, let everybody know you're going now. Let's manage our season well. Let's enjoy the process. We know it's what it is, and we'll celebrate. Every game will be a last game that we enjoy. But just
I would bet almost a donut to dollars that we will find out what Pep is doing in this international break.
I
think
think
we
so.
will find out
If
if it's
not,
staying or going. I am almost 100% sure that
I
we
think
will
this
going to
January
find
we're going
out.
to find out if Pep is leaving.
I think
this.
I think it's either after the international break or if not the
No.
latest.
This January
Yeah.
we're finding out. This
No,
January.
No,
we'll
Kevin,
find.
but
They're
Kevin,
not going to
last
wait
year we
anymore. They
no, but
need
Kevin,
to.
last year we
Everybody
found out
needs
the
to
same
have.
time around November. So that's what I'm saying. If we do, it's probably after the international break, or if not the latest, probably sometime
Yeah.
the
It
end
would be
of
during this
November or
international break, I
December.
think.
But he's not going to announce it now that we are losing. And trust me, he's not going to announce it
He's not
now.
going to
I
do a
don't
club.
know,
He's
man.
not going to do a club. He's not going to do a club. Look at what happened to Klopp when he
No.
announced it in January.
Yeah, but that came as a big surprise. Nobody knew.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
think
This
Klopp
one here,
fell out.
it's here. We already know.
That
We just
Klopp
want a
fell out
yes or a no.
with FSG. Trust me, that was
Yeah,
not normal.
that's what I'm saying. Anyway, big up to everybody, guys, who was here. We have to cut it there. Thank you for the show. Thank you to Kimbo. Thank you to Kevin. Thank you to Carl, and thank you to Adam.
Thank you.
This was a
Right,
very
I gotta
great
love
debate.
myself.
This was a very great debate. I appreciate everybody. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. We'll see you in the next video. Probably it'll be after the Brighton game, as Kevin is saying, the Brighton game. Then we'll see how it goes. But everybody is looking forward to the press, because I know the press and the media are going to ask Pep about Jack Grealish, because he's been called for the England in international duties, and Pep is claiming he's injured. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be some sort of asking.
Any training picture, Patrick? Any training picture? Have we got any training picture?
I don't know. We'll probably
But you know what?
see some. Kevin, we'll probably see some tomorrow, maybe potentially.
Yeah, but you know what Jack Grealish did? He posted on his Instagram as if that I'm happy, I'm going for England. If he was injured, I don't think he's doing that. So there's something fishy happening here. Something very fishy. And a big up to everybody, guys. And against Brighton, we'll see. If we hold the L against Brighton, it is what it is.
Patrick, before you go, score prediction. I want everyone to give me their score prediction. Come on.
For what?
Brighton.
Kevin,
Who's available first?
Eh?
Or 3-1, actually, I should say. We're gonna drop a goal, because we always do. So, but I will say, I still think it will be 3-1. We will win.
3-1. Say. What about you, Patrick?
I have to see the lineup.
Me. Let me give you my answer. Okay, I'm joking.
These guys in front. Oh, I would say 2-1. 2-1.
I don't know, man.
I have to go, guys. See you later.
Hey,
All
Kevin,
right.
I'll say we win, but I'm not gonna say a scoreline.
I think it's gonna be a draw. I think it's gonna be a draw, unless maybe there's been, as Kimbo says, there's been a meeting with the players, the seniors,
If
and
De
Pep.
Bruyne play, trust me, we're winning that game.
No, yeah,
No,
if
look,
the Bruyne,
I
Eh?
if
think
KDB play, I
okay.
think
If you
we
want a
win.
scoreline, I'll probably
Mm.
say 2-1 City. I can see
Yeah.
Brighton scoring first, and
If
then
De
we come
Bruyne
back.
play that game, we are winning that game. Trust me.
No,
We are
but
winning
Kevin,
that game if you play.
Kevin, De Bruyne has to play this game. He has to.
He
Because what
probably
he
will,
came,
but
I think
I think he will.
he
I
came
think he
on
will
the
come on at
last.
halftime.
I think he came on the last 12 minutes of that Sporting game. So I think he I don't know how his body is, but if he's okay and he's ready to go, honest truth, I'll put him in that game for Brighton.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yes,
He's not going to start from.
yes,
He's
it
not
could
going to
be.
start from the first minute. He's not. He's not going to start. I don't think Kevin is going to start. I believe Kevin will come on just like he did against the Newcastle time last year. I think he will come on at sometime after around the hour mark, something like there. I think he will come on. He's not going to take. He's not.
But Kim,
Pep
we
is
all
never.
know
He's
how
not going
Pep
to take
is.
the chance
Pep
to
is
use him
probably
for
going to
90
put him on
minutes.
the last 15 minutes the same way he did against Sporting.
Yeah. On that note, we end the stream.
Yeah.
Wins tackles! In front! Wonderful goal! It's a title winner!
Perfect end to a perfect day. Manchester City 4, Manchester United 1. Oh, what a hedge! Oh, that's electrifying!
Hat-trick hunting! Trick getting! Still the appetite is there for more.